show. You've watched it over 14 million times. Is everyone watching season 2? Did everybody watch last night's episode? I'm still freaking out about it. So I think you get some answers out of them. If you guys can, we're just going to get started right away. We're a little late, so I'm just going to start bringing them in. Can you guys please help me welcome the best cast in the whole world, Elise Bauman. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is incredible. I can't believe we have the whole cast here like this. Are you guys excited? One more round of applause. How's your Fan Expo going so far? Good? You guys had some good fan experiences? Amazing. So this is the first thing they're doing, you guys. This is pretty great. So I know we have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. You guys have a lot of questions, but we do have a special treat for you guys first. We are actually going to, the cast is going to be doing live readings of 2 episodes, but they are swapping characters. So the first episode they're going to be reading is season 1, episode 19. It's the one where Carmilla is tied up. Yeah, but not this time. So here's how it's going to go down. Elise is going to be playing Perry. Annie is going to be playing Carmilla. Natasha, of course, will be playing Laura. Where's your owl sweater, though? I know. Nicole's going to be doing the stage direction. Caitlin will be playing Danny. And Sharon will be playing LaFontaine. And Aaron and Shannon are going to be doing facial expressions. Cool additions. So, that's our scene 1, and in scene 2, Elise will be playing Carmilla and Natasha will be playing Laura. Surprise. All right, so I'm going to hand the mic down.
Hello?
We only have 4 mics, so if you want to hold on close to you.
You have to keep going.
Okay. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. Episode 19, Advanced Interrogation Techniques. Interior, Laura's dorm room, Silas University, night. Right where we left off. Carmilla is tied up. Laura is interrogated as Danny, Perry, and LaFontaine watch, innocent you dimwits. As the episode unfolds, the magnets assemble into a gotcha.
You cannot seriously think we're dumb enough to
Carmilla looks over at Perry and LaFontaine, who are still brandishing the blender and the table salt.
Yeah, because that seems like a stretch. Look, if I were really a vampire, would I just stay here tied up proclaiming my innocence in some kind of trick?
Perks up. Laura and LaFontaine look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally what a vampire would do. We have like 40 hours of video documentation. Bet you wish you watched my videos now, huh? more rope.
Carmilla starts thrashing wildly. Perry hangs her head in despair. LaFontaine spends much of the rest of his conversation putting more rope around Carmilla.
Fine. So I'm a vampire. But I couldn't have made off with either of those two little cupcakes. I was here with you. And then here being ambushed by toddlers. The whole time.
Well, maybe you have some kind of vampire accomplice.
Do I strike you as the sort of person who plays well with others?
If you aren't snacking on co-eds, why are you following them around at parties?
I'm a popular girl. I get a lot of attention. Not everyone has to resort to Bush League investigative journalism.
You're a vampire!
Yeah, but not a kidnapper. She's got us there, assuming she's up to something diabolical.
An undead of hell?
I'm from Eastern Europe.
She thinks about that for a moment.
Potato platter.
The dorm door swings wide, but before anyone can enter, Perry and LaFontaine rush the doorway, blocking the view with their bodies, while Danny holds Carmilla down, and Laura pops the duct tape back over Carmilla's mouth. We don't hear the other side of this conversation, but we do catch Perry and LaFontaine thinking on their feet.
Oh, hi. Thanks for thinking of us, but we're actually good for fizzy dragon shots right now.
No, we're rehearsing. Yes, there is a treasure scene. Want to know more? 5 seconds.
Perry slams the door shut again, and everyone sags in relief.
Okay, as much as I appreciate that we have this whole hysterical vampire thing going on, I think it's time to de-escalate. De-escalate? She just admitted to being a vampire. I know, and that's insane. So maybe she's just insane. And instead of holding her hostage, we should just call student health services. We have a terrific selection of straitjackets and tranquilizers. What other option do we have? Keep her here tied up, watching her every second, starving her until she finally confesses?
Perry, LaFontaine, and Danny. Perry, Laugh, and Danny look at Laura. Laura looks at Carmilla and grins. Carmilla smacks her head against the desk. Several days later, Laura snaps on the camera, revealing that Carmilla is still trussed up. Instead of duct tape over her mouth, she now wears a weird gag. She's looking seriously the worse for wear, cadaverous. She glares wearily at Laura. Laura's starting to feel a little awkward about that.
Good morning, gentle viewers. Day 7 of Operation Stupid Obstinate Vampire Roommate Won't Talk, which is all she has to do, and we will totally bring her nice yummy blood to eat. Oh, I swear!
No reaction from Carmilla, but there's a knock at the door. Laura opens it a crack. Again, we only hear Laura's responses.
Hey! Oh, no, sorry, Carmilla is not here right now. She had tickets to some kind of, like, angry existentialist punk rock fight club thing. You know how she is. I bet she'll totally be back when she'll text you when she gets back in.
While Laura isn't looking, Carmilla's eyes have rolled back in her head and she started to convulse. As Laura is turning around,
I swear, if one more of your broken-hearted one-night stands knocks on that door, I'm just going to start spritzing them like cats.
she catches sight of Carmilla seizing.
Carmilla!
After a split-second flutter of panic, I was looking at the flutter of panic. Laura bolts to the fridge and grabs a blood bag from her side. Then she bolts back over to Carmilla, peels off the duct tape, and tries to get some blood into Carmilla's mouth.
Oh, no. Come on, drink it to me, okay? Drink it to me, okay? Oh, please don't die, you stupid vampire!
A moment. Carmilla stills, coughs, and then starts to come to.
Oh, thank God.
Carmilla looks groggily around and realizes she's still tied up.
Damn it. Here, come on. Let's set you back up.
She carefully props Carmilla back up into a seated position. Carmilla won't look at her. Laura picks up the blood bag again.
Would you like some more?
Carmilla sulks.
Fine.
Laura holds the blood bag so Carmilla can drink. After a moment.
Where'd you get that? Oh, well, we figured we might need some leverage, so LaFontaine got it from the campus hospital. She told them it was for an experiment about chemophagy. Oh, hey, you've got a drip.
She grabs a Kleenex to wipe it away, but Carmilla flinches.
What? The experience of being held captive by a clutch of imbeciles for something I didn't even have the pleasure of doing is humiliating enough without having you wipe me up like a dribbling child. Look, if you really want me to believe that, you've got to explain what you were doing at those parties. Because the night we caught you, it sure looked like you were about to eat me. Well, if you weren't going to try to eat me, what were you doing to...
The penny drops.
Oh, you mean when you were hitting on me, you were really hitting on me. And you were luring me into a trap. Could you just stake me now? Because I think that'd be less mortifying than this conversation. Wow, that's... Okay, but if I wanted to believe you, that still doesn't explain what you were doing at those parties. Why you know? Why all this? How am I supposed to trust you if you won't just tell us your side of the story? My side of the story.
Laura nods. Carmilla considers it.
All right then. Buckle up, cream puff. It'll be a long night before you know. Friday at Fan Expo.
That was amazing. One more for you guys. It's a season 2 episode, episode 3, SNN. So for this one, we've got Elise playing Laura. We've got Natasha playing Carmilla. So that's, that's fun. Andy will be playing Theo. Caitlin will be playing Carrie. Nicole will, of course, be playing Kirsch. What's that not right? She's playing Danny. Who's playing Kirsch? I have Nicole down for both of those. That's not right.
I am Sharon.
Say again? Shannon's playing Kirsch. I totally blew that, you guys. I'm gonna leave. Shannon is playing Kirsch, which is actually even better in my opinion. Nicole's playing Danny, Aaron's doing the stage directions, and Cheryl will be playing Mel.
Interior swishy store, Silas University Day. It's a brand new day. Laura's dressed like a tiny newsmaker. And in the corner of the screen, a Silas News Network logo and some new listeners.
Good morning, Silas University. Welcome to the Silas News Network, broadcasting live the entire Silas campus. My intrepid team and I will be reporting your stories and bringing you the news you need to survive your day.
Carmilla makes a noise of disgust. Laura presses on.
Let's bring up the map.
A campus map appears behind Laura, marked with the anglerfish crater and 3 colored territories.
Currently, the Summer Society controls the northwest of the campus, the Zetas occupy this northeastern stretch, and the Alchemy Club is here in the south. We have reports of an exploding fungal conflict along the Alchemy Zeta lines, so you'll want to avoid that in your classes, as well as steering clear of the anglerfish crater, which is unsafe due to earthquake aftermath, and the fact that the set of Silas drama musical Antigone Zombie Vengeance is protruding from one of the crater's walls. Also, please stop throwing cherry bombs at the fish. It's all fun and games until a primordial monster gets loose and devours us all. And now, today's top story. Last night, the staff of the Voice of Silas were gruesomely...
Sorry, but students from the South want to be harassed by...
Harpies? We have harpies? murders.
Harry pops up, Carmilla corks an eyebrow.
Fleeting arrows at the summer state of order.
Clearly you'll want to avoid crossing the campus, but in the meantime, our forensics indicate.
Harry pops back up. Time lapse. As the day progresses, Laura and Co grow more and more exhausted as the onslaught of bad news continues. Carmilla, meanwhile, grows more and more muted.
Tropic fog.
Harry pops up.
Gamma irradiated geckos.
Harry pops up.
Feeding on the negative emotions of onlookers. Localized rain of spiders.
Interior swishy stolen apartment, Silas University Day. In the corner of the screen, the Silas News logo sputters off. Laura drops her face in her hands.
Ugh, how are we supposed to investigate anything if they won't stop going all War of the Five Kings out there?
To Perry, who is passive about hope.
Thank you. How do the newspaper kids handle this?
They got themselves brutally murdered.
Perry flinches. Laura leans in to whisper to Carmilla.
Carmilla's exam the murder me?
Yes, dead for doing the exact job that you've now decided to do.
Look, you have every right to be cranky. I should have asked before I turned our apartment into a newsroom. But the campus needs our help. I can't just walk away again. That wouldn't be me. But maybe deep down, I don't know what you like about me, Yeah, but you were already dead. Now we just have to figure out how to calm things down enough to solve the murders.
And who do we know stupid enough to stand between two angry cat armies with more weaponry than IQ points?
Silas University Day. Danny and Kirst doing their best to hold back Mel, 21, serious, and Theo, 22, handsome, and yellow. In the midst of it all, Laura sits exhausted with a whistle. Carmilla, meanwhile, slurps blood through a straw in her background.
The brothers of Zeta Omega have a long and illustrious history, and we intend to reclaim our place.
Yeah, that vampire you mentioned last semester was real illustrious.
Mel, they really didn't know.
Don't bother. We all know this whole Zeta Visa course is just you making your bid to test next year.
Okay, look, the fact that an undead fiend masqueraded as one of our pledges
Proves our point that you suck.
Yeah, shut up, Wilson.
Okay, maybe we could.
But,
And don't even start with the whole thing.
We're not going to
That's
start
not
going
what
to
we
our
are.
fraternity house.
she keeps blowing and blowing until all of them are quiet. When she stops, they eject and Laura whistles directly into his face.
Samuel David Ellis, Karina Scott, Nazneen Fermentia. You know who they are? No, they are three of the people who were cleaning up my mess. The people who got murdered while you were busy playing petty warlords, and we haven't been able to figure out what happened to them because you guys won't stop fighting long enough for us to catch our breath.
Hey, we saved this campus.
No! You did save this campus?
She points at Carmilla, who is mid-slurp.
She did. Carmen's the one who very nearly sacrificed her life, death, undeath, whatever, to keep us all from ending up as fish food.
Carm gives everyone a little awkward wait.
So the least you can do is start acting like you survived puberty. Am I making myself clear? Can you at least agree to stop trying to pulp each other until we've solved the newspaper murders?
Again, reluctant nods until...
And what happens if it turns out that somebody here is responsible? Audience questions in just a few minutes, but I have a couple of questions that I want to ask you guys first. I actually want to start down on the end with Nicole and Shannon. because you guys are new this year, I'm curious. I'm curious about what it was like joining Carmilla in season 2, joining this family, and what your experience has been like on the show this season.
Well, I mean, it's a little daunting because you're sort of hopping into a moving train, and it's obviously a big, fan group of people that are very supportive. So you want to do everything justice, but the cast was extremely welcoming and very professional, and just a lovely, unique bunch. So I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. So
It was awesome joining this cast. I love these people. I have so much respect for all of you. You were so lovely to us when we came on board, and you were so fun to work with. The fandom is awesome. I'm looking out at all of you, and I recognize some of you from your Twitter avatars. So thanks. Thanks for the tampons. Yeah, no, it was great. And actually, working on the show, I do a lot of things TV when I started doing theater, and it was great because I love the sort of collective feeling of working on a play with people, and you don't always feel that when you're doing something with camera. And it was great because we shot so quickly in such a condensed space. Like we were just in that mansion for a bunch of days. I felt like it was all the things I like about doing a play, where you really get to know everybody and you spend all this time together, and it felt so collective and so playful and fun. And so much, in a film set, you're all off in your own separate trailers and you're kind of on your own. But here I really felt like I got to know everybody, and it was such a delight. So I'm so stoked to be part of this. And thank you all for making it such a great experience. Now, Aaron, you were part of the cast last year, but things have kind of changed for you this year. A little bit. Things are a little bit different. I'm curious as to how you went about preparing to be an old-timey guy who had been stuck in a computer for generations and is also a vampire. Like, that seems like a unique challenge.
Yeah, a little bit going on there, right? It's,
yeah.
When I first got the episode, I was really excited. I was like, yeah, it's awesome. And I was like, oh my God, what to do? And, but then I got excited again. I started working on it. I just tried to, I guess, because there are those things, like he's from the Victorian era, and he was also trapped in a computer and he's a vampire. I just try to break it apart, I guess, and just try to work on each thing separately, and then try to string them all together and just hope that it all gels, I guess. And that was about it.
And the accent.
Oh, the accent! Yeah, the accent. Yeah, I don't know. Worked on it as best I could. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We were dying in the reading. We were fixed out in the reading.
Yeah, because I don't think people knew that I was going to do the accent.
We almost blew that he came back in the reading. I was new and I didn't quite realize that it was a secret that he was back, so I would take selfies. And someone saw me and was like, wait, don't Instagram that. That's how
Yeah, no one was allowed to post photos, I guess, of myself or anything related to JP on set. So I almost blew it a couple times, actually. Because I had, people who watch Carmilla, they'd see me and be like, hey, do you know anything about season 2? And I was like, I had to say no. I had to I'm like, no, I'm done.
Caitlin LaFontaine has had a particularly close relationship with JP. But that as cute as that is, that's also kind of affected your relationship with Carrie. And we've seen that you kind of Can you two talk a little bit about your relationship and where you hope that goes?
Yes, I'll use words. I think when people are so close, like Carrie and Laugh are, and another person gets involved, and JP starts being a really good person for Laugh, and that kind of pushes Perry away, and it's kind of that dynamic of what happens when families drift apart, and what that can do to change the relationship. I have hopes for many things. I like both of them. Love, like, you know, whatever.
What about you, Annie? How has that sort of changed your
Yes, actually, I do have a few thoughts on it. No, but in all seriousness, I think this season, all the characters, including Laugh and Perry, are dealing with so much outside of their own friendships that, for these two anyway, the focus just becomes on staying alive and keeping people safe. So I don't think either of them is particularly concerned with the inner finessings of their dynamic, although it's affecting them for sure. So I think once they get their exterior circumstances under control, then they would probably be able to, like, you know, start communicating better about what's going on. Also, they have a really, their friendship is started when they were kids, so that kind of thing, like, doesn't get thwarted or, like, thrown over very easily. So I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think Danny's had a lot going on outside of her friendships this season too. She's like the leader of the student army. She's got a head tattoo. That's pretty cool. Like, that's cool. What, you know, I think that she's become so kick-ass this season. What's been your favorite part of her character development, and, you know, how have you kind of changed your approach to Danny this year?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say my approach to Danny has changed, because she's always been the same person deep down. You know, there's just been a lot of circumstances in season 2 that's kind of forced her to dig deep down and you know, find out what she's really made of. I'd say my favorite part about her this season is that she really gets to develop as her own character. You know, you get to see her grow as a person. You know, not related with any other romantic relationship. You know, she's just kick-ass.
Elise, I'm dying to know, so many of the lines every season fall to you, and you film so much in such a short time. It's like 4 days or something wild.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge is that? How do you do that?
Yes, it is a challenge. I think for me, what's more frustrating than learning all the lines, because that's like I mean, you cry and then you just do it. You get over it, you work hard, and then just do it. And then for me, the challenge of filming within that crazy amount of time that we get is you really have to learn to just do the work and then let it go, which is something I'm learning how to do. Because I am a perfectionist and I obsess over my work and I take it very seriously. And so, you know, you have 1 or maybe 2 takes, and then some of the bigger episodes you get more for, which I'm like so thankful I got that time. But it was a challenge to just accept that, like, to trust the creative process and just know that we did it, and then to just move on to the next scene without carrying over any bit of, like, feeling about what I just did on camera for everyone to see forever and ever.
Yeah. And did you keep the owl sweater? We're all dying.
I did not keep it in physical form, but it will forever be in my heart.
And Natasha, I was hoping you could talk a little bit about what it was like working with your sister, Maddie, who was played by Sophia Walker. What a great job. Interesting and maybe like Game of Thrones.
Hey, please forgive me. Elaborate. I have never watched Game of Thrones.
Keep it that way. There was like some kind of weird history between the two of you. Not know yet.
Oh, there absolutely is, yeah. to read callbacks for Maddie, and all of the Maddies were fantastic, but she just gave off this like incredible, powerful aura, and we really hit it off right away. And it was interesting because a birdie told me that like it was hard finding someone that people could believe was older than me. I don't know if that's a good thing. But yeah, she was just like fabulous, and it was so nice to explore a different side of Carmilla that we don't get to see, because her dynamic with Maddie is so different. I mean, Carmilla is always this like really tough badass, but like that's her big sister, that's her role model, and so it was so great to like see Carmilla kind of be this like annoying little sister. Yeah, it was great.
Worst role model ever. Many as we can. We don't have mic runners, so all I want you guys to do is, oh, we do have a mic runner? We don't. So Paige will select people. So go ahead and throw your hands up if you have a question, and if Paige comes over to you, stand up and yell really loud.
Teach me how to swag!
Justin Bieber, right?
Hi. Hey. Just wondering, who's the prankster on set? What pranks have like people pulled? Like,
Honestly, like we work so quickly that I think we're all pretty well paid. There's like not a lot of time for huge shenanigans, but that said, like there's some good times that happen.
Yeah. The mood was very playful and friendly and funny, but it wasn't like there were like eruptions of pranks. Like we were really going at a breakneck pace. Like, you know, we're doing like scenes in an order too, so you have to change wardrobe and read ahead and figure out where you are and what you're coming into. And so I don't remember anything that pranks the days I was there. I mean, there was definitely like I was sort of saying this there were a couple days when Aaron wandered around in booty shorts.
Sure, I did. Yeah, I mean, we all sort of, the goal is to sort of do everything in 1 or 2 takes and then move on. So a lot of us were waiting upstairs and we went in the scene in the room, and we had to really whisper, not really walk around, because the wind would creep. So we were just being very well behaved, and we weren't there. There wasn't really much room for pranks.
We did not lie in one bed together for a long time, though, if that gives you any. Thank you so much.
thank you.
That's like fan fiction material.
We're gonna go here.
What was the most awkward moment on set?
I'll just say when I came out naked.
For me, it was when we wrapped, but I'm very excited for you guys to see this coming up.
I do have one. It was our sound guy. It was so wonderful, but we were like, okay, quiet on set, like it's the last scene we're shooting of the day, we're all really exhausted, and everything was really quiet, and then of all people, his stomach started growling really loudly, and we couldn't keep it together. Like everybody lost it. Even our director was like, Spencer was like, okay guys, no, we have to be serious now, we have to do it. And then he started laughing. And this happened for about like 5 stomach growls in a row. I really hope we still have footage of that somewhere. Good.
Thanks. Why don't we go here in the front?
Yeah.
How many of my breaks do you do?
Do I do yoga? I really didn't have any breaks. I think I tried to, there was a scene where I didn't come in for like a couple minutes, you and Maddie, and I did some downward dog. It was great. You gotta just keep on breathing. Yeah.
She works more than I do, so ask
I think one of the biggest things for me this year, it's been a pretty transitional and crazy year for me. And one of the things that I've really started to ask myself this summer is, if this all went away, and if I didn't have like a room full of people here watching me weirdly talk, would I still want to act? And the answer was like a resounding like, absolutely yes. And so I think it's really like, as much as the sort of celebrity and the attention that has come from this year, which I'm really grateful for, I think anyone who's getting into any sort of like entertainment business, especially in this day and age, you really have to ask yourself why you're doing it, and to really want to do it for the love of creating art as opposed to the attention or the following. As wonderful as it is, because the art is like what is really important about it.
Also, when you are trying to work, I think staying true to who you are is the most important thing. For a long time, I used to try to fit what I thought casting directors wanted from me. You know, when I worked in musical theater, everybody expected me to be an ingenue, and I realized that's not who I am. And so once I dropped the bow in my hair and dropped the little dress, all of a sudden work came. And so I think yeah, just really knowing who you are and not being ashamed of it is also really important, because there will be roles for you and it will come. So I think as long as you stay true to who you are, that's the best thing you can do.
We're all still already figuring the whole boat out. You can feel very, very lost in this whole process. I think the biggest thing for you to do is actually just start. You can do classes, join community theater, try to find an agent, but everyone's going to have their own path and journey, and things will happen in circles. It will ebb and flow. You have success, and you don't have success, and it's going to be up and down, and everyone's going to tell you who you should be and what you should think of yourself. But if that's a little inkling that you have to try just right now, you look for reasons to tell yourself that you can't do something. And that makes you feel better for not putting yourself out there for trying. But if you just feel a little curiosity about it, go ahead, try it, and figure it out as you go along. You can go to university and get some degree and then be safe, but you're always going to wonder if you didn't do that one thing. I have regrets about things that I didn't have the bravery to do in my life, and I don't want to feel that way, so I decided I had to go ahead and try. You figure it out as you go, and I'm like, I'll be fine. I could always change my mind tomorrow and decide to go get a degree or do something else or do what people think I should be. But at the end of the day, you have to sleep with yourself and be happy about the decisions that you've made, because you have to live with them at the end of the day. So if you feel something, listen to it, and then go from there. Yes, no, how you feel, do you feel good? But make an attempt, and no one's going to tell you how to do something. You have to figure it out as you go. So just take a step forward and make it happen. Yeah.
to really get into it with the vampires. So I feel like there would be some words exchanged.
Yes.
This would be challenging to do in one space if it were shot like that again, but I'd love to see like flashback scenes. Just like personally, just like that's very selfish, like request, but I would love to see like Carmilla in some like 1800s garb.
I think I would love to see how everyone interacts with each other when the webcam is not on them, or when they think it's not on them.
I think I'd like to see like the polar opposite of Perry. I'd like to see her a very different side to her. Maybe like a warrior Perry. I personally like to see Laugh step out of the science comfort zone and like go with their feelings for once.
I think I'd like to see JP awkwardly try to assimilate to modern culture by wearing various strange trends. You know, maybe one day he's like a thug. This is like, yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, I think maybe see a bit more of the inner world of Theo rather than the exterior projection that he has. Because he's, yeah, just more of his vulnerability. That's the problem.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes. Hi, this is for Elise and Natasha. I was wondering if you could answer this question as each other's characters. Could you describe your perfect Carmilla and Laura date?
I have to be Laura.
And I have to answer as Carmilla?
Yeah, is that okay with you?
Thank you.
Well, no, okay, Laura's answering. I think that we'd go to like a protest together.
Sexiest date ever. For Carmilla, there would probably be a lot of candles involved. I don't know why I'm picturing this, but all I can see is like the weird mansion that we filmed at, and like I feel like there would be some like antiques on the wall. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should Google the Darling Mansion. That's all I got.
Like the empty library.
Ooh, like a secret passage. Like a bookcase, and like I've like laid out like a candlelit dinner.
Carmilla?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
And Laura brings the desserts.
Yeah. And the literature. We're in a library.
Hi, can you all hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. So this is just a question for everyone. What has been your favorite scene to film? So far.
The ones that you can see.
You'll know it when you see it, I think. Favorite scene that you have seen yet? I like when we're all there together and it's kind of like a rabble. I think that was really fun. They were fun on the day because everybody was together and they were really high energy. They were challenging to lock everybody, get everybody in, get all the lines exactly perfect. It was super fun. It was, again, it felt like doing a play because we were all together just doing it in one take, just like there was an actual audience there. So those are my favorites so far.
My first and my last scene.
I'd say, yeah, my favorite one is one of the last scenes. Like it just gets too crazy. And then my second favorite one was when I had to attack you for the boy.
So my favorite, you actually haven't seen it either. Surprise! But this favorite so far was probably the one with the awkward 3-hug where I like that was really fun to film. It was hilarious. Again, favorites yet to come. You know it's gonna be good. So far, my favorite one definitely is teaching Morty the speech. And okay, you don't understand though. Before I was passing out sandwiches, he was hopping around like some kind of like animal, and he was just like making noises because he didn't need to say any words, so he was just making sounds and just like punching out the air. And I couldn't keep it together. Favorite. Ian says hi, by the way. So he can't be here today. But my favorite so far would have to be the holy water episode.
One of my favorites is still from season 1 when I got to do the body swap and be possessed by the for this season, I really liked, I don't remember what episode it is, but there was an episode where Carmilla and Laura are talking on the chaise lounge.
That was going to be my answer. Oh, keep talking.
I don't really remember filming that one all that much because that is a blur that whole 4 days, but I think that's one of my favorite episodes so far.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer. I thought it was really nice to have them a little bit away from the camera and have them in the background because it allowed them to have their own little private moment. And I just love the lines. Like, you really got to see this like lovely romantic side of Carmilla that we've kind of seen, but she really just like the picture she painted was so clear and it was just so heartbreaking in that moment. Ugh. Yeah.
I feel like that was a great audience question to end on. I have one more question for you guys. In the vaguest terms possible, we are like 28 episodes into a 36 episode season. We have 8 episodes left. Without spoiling anything, what can we expect from these last 2 episodes?
Spoil everything!
A tone, feeling, whatever. Still very set going around on like current Tumblr, and it's with Laura. She's wearing that. You know, that's from the episode that we're all right now, right here. So stick around. No, not happening. What's kicking? Oh, first we have a little trailer for you. It's happening. It's happening.
This way.
That's it. That's the trailer.
Come on. When I press previous, it's going to start right away. So ready?
You lied.
I didn't mean for it to work out this way. God, I didn't even know what I'm supposed to feel. She should be better than all this. Shouldn't she? And what if she gets hurt or something worse? The story goes, you fall in love with them themselves, right?
Love doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. Can we just pretend, just for tonight, if I asked for you to run away?
Stay away from me! Kill. Work out this way.
You by Kotex, who by the way, hooray for them. They're hosting a Cream Puff VIP viewing party for the season 2 finale. You can win tickets, so head over to carmillacontest.ca, and on your way out, Dylan has a handout for you explaining all of that, so you guys can totally check that out and win tickets to the finale party. Amazing! So, we are going to do autographs, which is awesome, but I've asked everybody to stay in their seats. What we are going to do is the awesome people from Shaftesbury, let's give them a huge round of applause.